Hello, everyone, Internet. Welcome to my stock channel. Another update on Troika Media Group. I wanted to comment really quickly on one day, which was Friday. Saw lots of news articles. God, they hate this company. This is a Reddit darling, a heavily shorted stock. One of the biggest short squeezes going on ever. The company just turned profitable, so the shorts are freaking out. So when the stock goes up 21% in a day, guess what the news is? Oh, the shorts were just getting out. That's the only reason it went up. That's what they said. That was the news. That the reason that this thing went up was because the shorts got out. And you know what? There was a little bit of truth to it. Pre-market, the stock was up 20%, all on one big spike. Probably a short getting out. What does that mean to you when a short wants to leave? He doesn't think it's going to fall any further, does he? You know why? Because it's a profitable company. But one thing they failed to tell you in the article is that after the spike and it went up, it cooled off as the stock opened, and then guess what it did? The whole rest of the day it went up and got back up to the 22. So it didn't get to 22 on somebody getting out on a short. It went to 22. It cooled off, and nature took its course. The world brought it up to 22. The short might have encouraged it. Everybody probably loved watching him get out. And maybe he was the catalyst of thought for everyone. But this little spike here at the end, the 22 that you see here, this wasn't his spike. His spike was over at like 10 a.m. Okay, so let's just make that clear. Troika Media was not up 21% in one day on a short spike. It was going up because people were buying the stock all day long after the short spike was long over. In fact, it went down after the short spike. The short spike took it up to 24 cents. But yeah, key things to note. And went up after the short got out. It didn't just go up because the short got out. That's the first note. The second note was, why did the short get out? Because he's scared to death right now. This company has just turned profitable, and he's holding a short position, and he's looking at a company that just threw up positive revenue for the first time in its life, and he needed to get out of this sucker immediately. He needed to go. And you know what? Probably a very smart guy. He probably cost him a lot to get out right there because he took it up so much all by himself. But he needed to get out. He needed to get out of the way of the freight train that is Troika Media Group. This thing's going to hit $1. This thing is going to roast the pants of the shorts that are in it. These people are very sorry. They're very sweating. You are going to see more and more bursts just like this guy. They're just hoping it cools off for a second so they can get out. Let me see how shorted it is today. It's a profitable company. These people need to go now. Well, I'm finding a lot of articles, and that it's ranging. The percentage of shares that have been shorted is running from 90 to 100%. Yeah, this is real, folks. The Troika Media short squeeze is real. And they just ran for 6 months with a profit. Oh, these shorts have to be pooping their pants right now. They're going to have to get out of this thing, and then whoever gets out first is the winner. So, yeah, I'd grab a few shares of this one. This one's going to be fun. You're going to have to watch 100% of everyone have to sell and do it pretty quickly. Whoever does it first is the winner. Whoever does it last is the loser. So if you wanted to make any money on that trade, oh boy, I wonder if hedge funds shorted this. This could be another GameStop on our hands. I'm not sure. But the fact is they're a profitable company for 6 months. The fact is they don't need any more money. They have plenty of it. And the fact is they're not going out of business. They're not going anywhere. And they're 100% shorted or 90% shorted, depending on which article you read. This was the first guy to get out. We'll call him the winner. He got out at about 17 cents or so. It was pretty cool for the week. This thing is going to get lit, absolutely lit. Uh, it's a race to get out first. Last one out's a rotten egg. Troika Media Group. Go look at their annual income statement, but quarterly. You'll see a profitable final month. Go read the articles. You'll see a profitable last 6 months. TRKA, short squeezing a company thinking it's going out of business, and the company turned around as they were going out of business and bought Converge, which is a profitable company. They converged with Converge. They were just on shit row. They were just closing. Everyone in the world had them shorted. They went out with their last little pittance of cash and they pulled a deal off. And they pulled a deal off by buying out a company that ended up making the whole operation profitable and giving them a $480 million track on their profitable company. Lots of upside coming here. Lots of gross margin and margin improvement. Lots of operating cost improve. Now they get to have some fun to make this really profitable. But they got it. They did it. They did what the short said they couldn't do. They didn't have to dilute their shares anymore to do it. They beat up their stock so hard they didn't even have to dilute their shares. That they only had 66 million out there. Last I checked. Let me check again. 66 million shares, all shorted, and you know what that means. These people have to get out as the price goes up. And last one out to rotten egg. Troika Media Group. Monday morning, you better grab yourself a couple of hundred shares at 22 cents. I don't know, spend $50 on it, spend $100 on it. Just grab some. This could be one that you see at $100 just because of the short squeeze. No kidding. That's what's going to happen on this one. What's the company worth? Where does the stock actually belong at? 66 million shares, a $500 million company. Could they make $66 million in a year with a little balance sheet tweaking? Absolutely. They could be worth $1 earnings per share. So you could be looking at a company that probably has a stock value of $20 or $30 or $10. That probably should be their correct stock value. You might come to that conclusion by Christmas. Maybe you want to see another 6 months of it. Maybe you want to see more operating costs come down. Maybe you want to see just a little bit more growth. But I think you're going to see it. I just did another video on Troika. The growth it's growing like an early Google. It's just quarterly boom, 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 and then they just went to boom. So they're actually up here right now on the about 25% quarterly and 100% annually growth. So I don't know how long that's going to continue, but even if it doesn't continue, they're a profitable company. All their creditors should get off their back. Let them do their thing. They can't renegotiate with them. Their creditors are going to want to get paid as long as they're not in default. This place is not closing. And this place is going for it. They're going for the growth. They are just pissing off the shorts by becoming profitable. And they made the first one get out on Friday. And then you know what? The rest of us started looking around and saying, hey, I like this 22 cents. This makes more sense than 17 cents. And you know what it's going to say on Monday? It's going to say 25 cents, 28 cents. Somebody else is going to get out. The next day it's going to say 35. The next day it's going to rage out of control. This thing could be at $10 by the end of the week. People need to get out. People need to get out ASAP. They can handle their debt. They can grow. They've shown the growth. They've shown the profit. The only thing they haven't showed is how they're going to pay off their debt yet. But the growth pays off their debt. Very quickly, actually. If they even grow at this pace for 2 more quarters, their debt's gone. You just consider it lunch money, and you got a profitable company. Big mistake shorting Troika. You didn't realize they were going to converge with Converge. That was your mistake. They took their last little pennies, and they went and bought something profitable that turned them profitable. If you got a short on this thing, you're in trouble. You better get out now. Have a wonderful night. Grab a few shares of TRKA. Highly recommended. This short squeeze held and the price recovered. This increase was not a short squeeze increase. This was a people happy about the short squeeze increase, and the short squeeze actually was only a morning event. It came right back down again, but then it came back on nature, and that's what I like to see. And it kind of went after hours, running at the same numbers till at 22. You'll catch it at 22 or 21. Don't plan on catching it at 19 again. I don't think it's ever going to see it. I think that first short is going to set the second short in motion. They all know last one out's a rotten egg. TRKA, everybody. Go grab a few shares. Have a wonderful night.